My name is Elizabeth Wathuti. I am a youth climate activist from Kenya. I have done a lot of soul searching about what to say here today. I have asked myself over and over what words might move you. And then I realized that making my 4 minutes count does not rest solely on me. My truth will only land if you have the grace to fully listen. My story will only move you if you can open up your heart. I can urge you to act at the pace and scale necessary, but in the end, your will to act must come from deep within. I need to tell you what is happening in my home country. Right now, as we sit comfortably here in this conference center in Glasgow, over 2 million of my fellow Kenyans are facing climate-related starvation. In this past year, both of our rainy seasons have failed, and scientists say that it may be another 12 months before the waters return again. Meanwhile, our rivers are running dry, our harvests are failing, our storehouses stand empty, our animals and people are dying. I have seen with my own eyes 3 young children crying at the side of a dried up river after walking 12 miles with their mother to find water. Please open your hearts. This is not only happening in Kenya. Over the past few months, there have been deadly heat waves and wildfires in Algeria and devastating floods in Uganda and Nigeria. And there is more still to come. By 2025, in just 4 years' time, half of the world's population will be facing water scarcity. And by the time I'm 50, the climate crisis will have displaced 86 million people in sub-Saharan Africa alone. I would like you to join me in holding a moment of compassionate silence for the billions of people who are not here with us today, whose stories are not being heard, and whose suffering is not being felt.
The story she's telling is factual. And she's telling it to people who know the facts, who knew the facts before she was born. They know the facts now, but are unwilling to do anything that will jeopardize what they have planned for Africa. They realize that if Africa rises, their own dynasty will fall. And they are trying to keep their dynasty alive for as long as possible. However, what I want to say doesn't have to deal with them. It has to deal with the African specifically. What she's talking about, most of it can be alleviated. And it should have been set in place by this time. But Africans do not hold their leaders accountable. They look to the people who she is preaching to, who she is begging for solutions to a problem that they should make their leaders fix. The problem with flooding is that you can build dams, and those same dams will provide water for you in times like this. You can use that same water to distribute it throughout the country. And it replaces the water that you pull out of the ground. So that can be alleviated. The other problem she spoke of is that their storehouses are empty. Your storehouses not supposed to be empty. And it's empty because you're not growing enough food. Africans, not you, we are not growing enough food. I see the same problems here in Gambia, in Ghana. All our food, not all, no, but a significant amount. Over 50% of the food that's consumed in the west coast of Africa, and I imagine on the east coast too, is produced in some other country, shipped to Africa. If you go in the supermarket here, almost everything is made India, Arabia, and most of it Europe. If you don't produce anything, and people here in Gambia like to say, Gambia is so small, it's just a little country. But I drive around the Gambia. I drive around Ghana. I drive around Nigeria. I drove around a few of the countries here, the states, not countries, states here in West Africa. And I've seen videos of so much land available in Tanzania, and it's not being used. Tanzania, Uganda, huge parts of Africa that's not being used. You have to use that land, utilize that land. First, you build the dams that is going to be your water storage. Then you build farms. The government can make people, they can pass laws that say, hey, we are going to do this. This is what we're going to do. Provide seed, give people, small farmers, give them more land. If a man has 10 acres, provide him with a tractor and the ability to farm that land. Teach him how to farm that land. Open universities that teach people how to do farming. Within 5 years, you will be producing enough food, or not you, we Africans will be producing enough food that our storehouses will be full. We need at least a 7-year storage. 7 years. We produce millet, rice, every kind of seed in Africa, but can't feed our people. One missed rainy season causes starvation. This is a ridiculous. I mean, one of the reasons why I try not to make videos like this is because the anguish, because I see the amount of land that goes wasted around me. I've seen it. And I've heard the stories about people going to the alcalde and the village leaders and say, hey, can I use this land to plant? And they be arguing under the Bantaba about whether to do it or not. Arguing with one another. And then end up making the wrong decision. The land still sits there empty. Nothing growing on it that's going to benefit the population of the country. or the economic strength of the country. Food can be grown in places now that have just grass growing. Not even cows are eating that grass. No cows, no sheep, no goats, nothing eating the grass. The land is just sitting there doing nothing. In the meantime, Africa is exporting, is trading its youth to Europe in hopes that the youth will come back home and build a big house or send money home to buy the food that Africans import from Europe. We are still engaged in slavery. Still engaged in slavery because the young men go to Europe or the Middle East to work as slave labor. They get paid minimum wage to grow the food that then gets shipped to Africa. Some of them don't even work, they say, in labor camps, surrounded by wire in filth and squalor. I know the leaders will still not do anything. They will just send young ladies like this to go beg the white man for the European, save us. Every leader that stands up has been murdered by his own people in the name or with orders from France and Germany and England, US, and God's great people. I think I better stop here because the anguish that this is causing, not only for me, but for people who want to see change, real change. I'm hoping it happens. I'm hoping it's done. I'm trying to make change myself. But I run into the same thing I complained about, the land. The government has no programs for using that land. And if I go to them with the plan, don't say if. I go to them with a plan and they say, oh, okay. And they sit on it 1 year, 2 years. Then I see a Lebanese using my plan because this government official gave him my plan. I see an Indian using my plan because the government official gave him my plan for a few dollars. Then he ships the young men that I were going to employ off to Europe and India and the Middle East in slavery. I'm not sorry for today's rant. And it's not a rant. It's going to be evidence against you when the Caucasian can no longer support you, you and your family. There will be a time of reckoning. Just like the Caucasian now, his time of reckoning, you better be looking at yours down the road after his comes. I hope you understand, comprehend. The Rasta said overstand the meaning of this video. comprehend what I'm saying. Think about it. Anyway, hope you're having a great day. I give you some information to think about. And those of you who are planning on coming to Africa, prepare to fight to build what you want to build, because it's not going to come easy. You will be tried in fire in Africa. You can still be happy here. Yes, you will be happy. Your days will be happy because you're going to build what you want to build, make life what you want to make it. But being prepared, you need to come prepared. Have a great day wherever you are. Peace.